fabulous weekend. We are going to do another really cute project with the club for April. It is the Fresh Strawberries transfer. It's super, super cute. We've done, I don't know, 3 or 4 projects with it. 3. I'm just trying to count. When you jump on, say hello, hit the heart button. Look at what shirt I'm wearing. I forgot I had this. We got these for leadership. I think it's kind of ironic, like I am obviously a little chubby, but the chalk chubbies, like the ones that we sell, but I think it's adorable. So found it in my drawer and I was like, I'm gonna put that on. I forgot about that bad boy. When you guys jump on, say hello, hit the heart button. You're gonna comment Meadow, M-E-A-D-O-W. I shared that to the broadcast channel. I'm gonna go ahead and pin a comment. And we're gonna get started. This is gonna be super cute. We're gonna do a door hanger with our rustic round. We're also gonna use the surface you get with this month's club. Hi guys, isn't it cute? I think it's hilarious. It cracks me up. And then of course it's got Chalk Couture on the arm, but I love the bright colors. I don't usually wear bright colors like this, but I thought it was cute. Hi guys, how are you? Isn't it cute? I forgot about it. I got some strawberries from Amazon. I'm not gonna lie, they're a little, I don't love them. They look a lot prettier online. I might end up taking my cherry paste and just kind of giving them a little coat just because they look, but we're gonna use this. I also have found some pretty ribbon. I don't know what I'm gonna use that yet. I decided I'm gonna use some nominee, so I might throw some of this in, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that look okay? We'll decide when we get to that point. But anyway, we're gonna get started. There's only 3 days left to get our April club. If you join our club in the month of April, you get 5 free transfers that were previous club transfers. Club is $21.99 per month unless you're a Perks member first. If you join Perks first, that's $20 a month, but you get the $20 back in product credits, and then you get 30% off everything, including the club. So this month's club is called Fresh Strawberries. It's exclusive, only club members can get it. Super, super cute. And then you get the surface, which we're gonna use tonight. And then today, 3 o'clock, not tonight. You get 3 colors, cherry, eucalyptus, and bright white. You get a free mini squeegee with your first shipment. And then these are the 5 free transfers you'll get. Old School Legend, the Botanical Block Print, Modern Patterns, yes, Modern Patterns, and then Vintage Blueberries. This one's so cute. And then Framed Florals. These are actually some of my favorites. They're all super cute. Thank you for the stars. So comment Meadow, check your messenger, and you can order, or you can join the club, and you can order all the supplies that I'm using. Like I said, we're gonna use the rustic round, and we're gonna use a pattern that I haven't used yet. It's called Chicken Meadow. That's why the keyword's Meadow. But we're not gonna use the chickens. We're not gonna chalk any of, there's little chicks on it and chickens. We're gonna put strawberries where the chickens are. And then we're gonna put the little flowers on the club transfer where the chicks are. I think it's gonna be really cute. So we're gonna do that on our rustic round. I'm gonna paint the bottom portion of my round in white. Isn't that strawberry ribbon cute? That's in my Amazon link. This is gonna be adorable. How was your guys' weekend? We had a great weekend. We got so much done. I chalked the walls. Me and Parker finished that up yesterday. It turned out awesome. I'll post a video once we get like the beadboard and stuff up to kind of finish it off. We finished the flooring in the living room and kitchen and dining area. I'm so excited about that. Got a lot done. Isn't it cute? Yes. All right, this is our 16-inch rustic round. Like I said, you can get all the supplies I'm using today from my chalk sites. Love the bright color, huh? We always get like exclusive swag that we can buy with each event. So like ChalkCon and then Leadership. There's a really cute shirt that we got to order for ChalkCon, which is coming up. You froze at the wedding? I was worried about that. It didn't rain though, right? At least, maybe. It was cold on Saturday, and then Sunday it kind of warmed up, at least here. At least here. Hi, Jenny. We're gonna leave this, I think I'm gonna leave this as is, except I'm gonna paint the border. And I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Gorgeous day today. Yes, it is. We got a lot done. We got all orders shipped this past weekend from the retired sale, the ones that were paid anyway. There's still quite a few that are not paid. Always happens. We get some that just don't pay. We have ones that say they're going to pay later on, like we made an agreement, and that's fine. That's not the problem. It's the people that don't pay at all. A lot of people think this is broken. I did get one that was actually broken, and I did a form for it, but these do come in 2 pieces. So just keep that in mind. It's not broken if it looks like this. You missed getting a shirt. Are they out, Darcy? You should still be able to grab it, or was it sold out? You do get glue dots with this. I'm probably just gonna glue it on. You're in Arkansas on vacation. How awesome. Hope you're having a great time. What's in Arkansas? Like, I don't know. I've never been to Arkansas. I don't know. Is there something there? Do you have family there or doing something? All right, so I'm gonna take the bottom of this off. This piece is just gonna glue on here, but I wanna make sure I have room for a bow, and I also wanna make sure we have quite a bit of the pattern. So I think I'll put that there. And our placement tape is back in stock. So we're gonna just take this off, and I'm gonna paint the bottom in white. And you guys know I always go for the vintage look. So I'm not gonna paint it perfectly. I want some of that brown to stay showing through. We'll go about there. Oh, you have family there? Okay. That's awesome. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself. Hi, Miss Patty. And Dad, how is everybody? All right, we're gonna go ahead and paint this real fast. I've missed you guys. I still have been chalking though. I told you guys I chalked 2 walls, and while it may seem like not much, it was a lot because I used a 9x9 square, but it was really, really awesome. It turned out great. I had somebody say something about, well, you could have just wallpapered it a lot faster, and I'm like, that's not the point, right? I wanted to show, you know, the versatility of our chalk products, and obviously, you know, chalk's my passion and my job, and so that's why we did what we did. Plus, it's like my favorite transfer ever. Had to have them ordered by the 18th. I think, Darcy, I don't think the swag, I think just registering, because they still don't have all the swag out yet. Maybe the t-shirts was that way, but we do have more swag coming. Plus, when we're at the event, Darcy, a lot of the times they have extra there, so you can get it while you're there. Yes, placement tape is a must. I did not seal the wall. Nope. And I won't. Our paste is super durable. I'll dry dust it, and if I have to, like, clean it with a cloth, I'll just use a damp cloth and just kind of dab at it. But honestly, our paste is super durable, and after it's been on there for a while, I'm not really going to have to worry about it. I need to go back and see. I haven't been on. Yeah, I just showed like a little sneak peek of it. I'll post like the full video of us doing it. I had Parker cleans the transfers for me. He was such a good sport about that yesterday. He was gone all day Saturday, went to Toronto for his band trip. So the girls helped us to ship all those orders. So I was like, well, you're going to help me for a little bit. You can clean the transfer while I chalk and dry. Oh no, you couldn't? Well, that stinks. Maybe they'll have more when they open up more swag. But like I said, they do sometimes have extras once we're at the event. But yeah, it turned out pretty cool. But we still have, so the flooring's done. Now we have to start on baseboards, and then we still have like all the trim around the doors and windows. We have to do the door. We have to get new doors still. And then we have some accent walls to finish. Our furniture came in this past Friday, but we asked them to hold it because we weren't done with the flooring. So we picked that up this Friday. But we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, so that is good. I'm not going for perfect. You guys know I like to leave things a little rustic looking. Different ways. If we can't go, is there any way we could get the shirts? Probably not. Probably not. Usually, the shirts are only for designers that go to ChalkCon. So I highly doubt it. Probably not, Pam, unfortunately, because they're not having a virtual option this year. So probably not. Would be my guess, but that's not saying that I'm correct. I mean, I could be wrong. All right, we're going to peel that off, and we're going to go ahead and get this dry. I'm still trying to decide if I want to paint this or not. It's going to sit on here. I don't know. We'll decide that in a little bit. It took me, so I started the first day, and I got, like, not very far because I was so tired. I'm going to dry this while we talk. Hi, Stephanie, if I didn't say that. And then yesterday, Parker and I, we took breaks, probably a few hours, probably. The worst part for me was like my neck, because I was looking up a lot and I was on the ladder, which hurt my legs, but I pasted out our bathroom cupboard. It always has a lot of steam from the showers. Yeah, a year later and it's still going good. Yeah, see, it's the same thing with like, we had paste on our dryer, and we're in there too. Like, that's where our washer and dryer is in the bathroom. Lots of steam and all that stuff, and we never had any issues. So Yeah, I like to be able to see the wood through there. So, we're going to get this dry. I'm going to chalk the pattern. We're going to do the flowers and nominee. I'm going to use pesto. Pesto's coming back. Just because, you guys know I use pesto a lot at Christmas time, but I've been using that sweet pea color. But I have this pretty ribbon, and I thought that pesto would match just a little bit better. So, hi Brenda. Prepping dinner while I watch you. Awesome. Turkey meatloaf cupcakes. We're having tacos tonight because tomorrow Parker has a meet, Wednesday Sophie has a meet, so we won't be home for dinner. Last night we made Chick-fil-A market salads. They were so good. We're like obsessed with those right now. Yeah, looking up and reaching is hard for sure. That's why I kept taking breaks. But it was beautiful out yesterday, so we sat on the deck, took breaks, you know, all that good stuff. But Parker was a really good sport. Sophie and Mark finished up the flooring in the kitchen, and then Parker helped me with that. So, all right, we're almost dry. And then we'll just give it a light sanding. Oh, where's my white one? Got this turned around. We put a tenderloin in the oven. That sounds good. Mark actually didn't get any sleep last night, so he asked me to switch with him. So I took the kids this morning, and he went to pick them up for me, which works out because I get to go live with you guys. One of my nails came off. This is the longest I've ever gone without a fill. I think it's been like a month and a half or something. I need to get my nails done. I need to get my hair done. We just haven't had time for anything. Hi Lisa, have a great day. Found a little bit of my chalk stuff, so I'm going to try to crack tonight. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. All right. We are dry. So I'm going to take, what did I do with that sanding block? It's right here. All right, we're going to just sand this lightly with a 220 grit. I'm going to kind of see the wood? I'm kind of bringing some of that forward a little bit so I clean it a little bit more than I wanted to. So I'm just going to kind of bring that forward a little bit more. Kind of like that. So see the bottom? I like how that looks. And then I'll just kind of go around that bottom edge here. Usually I take an 80 grit, but this is actually kind of making it the way I want, so I don't think I'll worry about that. Still have done your April Club? Girl, what are you doing? Wait till you're older. Used to take me one day to do my porch outtakes too. Yeah. I know Mark, he was doing all that flooring and he was so sore. I was like, I can't imagine. Look how good that looks. I like that a lot. I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a little line in the middle to kind of separate it. Like if I take my tape and just paint a line. Because this is going to sit on here. But if I add a little line in the middle, I think I want to because I think it'll kind of mimic this. And I think I'll do it in pesto. So I'm going to wax this first because we're going to put some sticky stuff on here. Hi, Joanna. You don't have any pictures or anything to decorate with. I'm so sorry. How did your youngest handle the punishment from her room disaster? She handled it well. She's actually been very behaved. We had a talk. I didn't yell at her or anything. You know, she came home on Thursday. I picked her up and we sat in the car because we always have to wait for the other two while they're at practice. And we had a talk and I was like, you know, like stuff costs money and, you know, we put a lot of, you know, time and money and effort into your room and like you're just not respecting it and it's not okay. And so, you know, Mark and I decided that we're going to take away your makeup for a little bit and you'll get it back. You know, when you start to prove that you're going to take care of things a little bit better. She cried a little bit, but I think it was just because she knew her makeup was gone. But then she was good. And she's actually been really, really great this weekend. She's been very helpful. Thank you. Finally started working on my April Club project. You guys, Miss Debbie Howard is in the house. She sent me the sweetest gift ever. She messaged me the other day and asked for my address. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to tape here first, right on the white line. She asked for her address, and I got it today. I went to the post office and it was there and it was so cute. I don't want to show it to you guys yet though because I want to surprise you the next time Mark's live with me. But it was the sweetest gift ever. It was so thoughtful. Cracked me up. It was awesome. We so appreciate it. It was her and her daughter Heather. They're so sweet. They're also the ones that sent us that awesome video when we were coming back from Mexico. All right, I'm just going to leave a little line right here with our tape. You guys know I love our placement tape. It's just gonna give us a little bit of separation, plus I think it'll kind of, you know, finally start working my April Club. Love the little strawberries. Aw, I'm so glad. Can't wait to see what you do with it. So we'll just put our tape on. So I literally just have a tiny little line right there. We love you too, Miss Debbie. And we're gonna go ahead and use pesto and paint this. I'm trying to decide. I really think I want to paint this. If I do this in nominee, I gotta think about it. I might do it in red. We'll see. I haven't decided. It's such a hard decision. All right, just make sure I have that pressed down well. That was the one thing about chalking my wall yesterday, was making sure I had no air bubbles. I didn't have any bleeding. I did have a couple spots that I didn't get it tight enough to the other one, so there was a tiny bit of separation, but I just took a really skinny brush with the sweet pea color and filled it in, and it was fine. You can't even tell now, but it looks pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of it. It was a labor of love. Hi, Delia. The placement tape's in stock. I was able to add it to my cart when I did my cart link, so it's in stock right now. Board erasers are currently out of stock, but they will restock. Paste scrapers are out of stock, and they're like the, you know, with tariffs and stuff's going up, but like it's gonna cost a lot more for the paste scraper, so they're trying to figure out something with that, I think. But I am gonna do the side too, just cause we did the sides of that. I think that's gonna be good. Throw this over here. Close up our pesto for now. Hi, Carrie. And then we're gonna peel our tape off. There's one. Hi, Sandy. It does look awesome. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's pretty cool. I can say that nobody else has a wall like that. I guarantee it. Maybe some of you will though, after you see it. Who knows? Maybe I'll start a whole fad. Not saying I'm the first person to chalk my walls, but that transfer, you guys know I just love, so. I was pretty pumped about it. So there's our little line. I think that's cute. Just adds a little something to it. Yes, the 9x9. I still need to do that. I did post next month's club in the VIP group. If you guys aren't in there, it's a free group to be in. I posted it in there, and I'll show you guys on this page probably, I don't know, tomorrow or the next day. I posted my this or that a little bit late, but the UV flashlight out of stock. It may be, I'm not sure. So man, I haven't looked. So just get this dry. I think that adds a little something to it. It's probably hard. It's hard to see. It doesn't look like you can see it on there. When it's down here, it was hard to see. Hi, Jennifer. So we'll get this dry. I'll wax it again just because I don't want to pull up that line that we've painted. And then we're going to put our meadow transfer down. Oh, there's an ant in here. We have so many spiders and stuff in the house. Mark needs to spray. Oh, they're all coming in when it's cold. All right, just about dry. Miss watching you. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tina. I hope you feel better. I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers. I get it, yeah. Lots going on, for sure. Yeah, comment Meadow when you guys jump on. I think this is going to be cute. Oh, we're having a cutout sale, patriotic cutout sale on Friday nights. Isn't it cute, Katie? My sugar. Oh my God, I love it. We're going to wax this again. Patriotic cutout sale Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, Friday, May 2nd. If you guys can't make it live, it's okay. You'll be able to claim through Tuesday the 6th. Oh no. USPS has been terrible, haven't they? And then we're going to grab our transfer. This is called Chicken Meadow, but like I said, we're not going to chalk the chickens or the chicks. We're going to change those out for the strawberries and the flowers, the strawberry blossoms, I guess you would call them. So I'm not going to chalk those on here. You could take them off if you wanted to, but I'm just going to be careful and try to avoid them. But this is a size D, first time using it, so I'm just going to put my hand here in the middle and pull it off. I know some people get intimidated by size D transfers, but I promise you, you can do it. They are sticky and reusable over and over again. By the way, I was going back and forth in between 2 transfers on that wall, those walls when I chalked them, and it was a 9x9. Parker, I don't even know how many times he had to clean each one. It took us a long time. But those suckers still are sticky. We probably use each one, oh my gosh, I couldn't even tell you, at least 50 times. And that's not exaggerating, at least 50 times. Your new puppy, aw, get a puppy, Heather said, it will be fun. I get that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's no fun, Pam. All right, add some lint to this. But again, you get tons and tons of use out of our transfers. That's my point there. Hi, Donna. Poolside while on vacation. I am so jealous. So jealous. Parker, I told you guys he went to Toronto on Saturday for his band trip, and then they went to Niagara Falls. But he reminded me, I remembered when I was in Niagara Falls, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a street. Anybody know what it's called? It's like a street with like all sorts of stuff to do, like very family, kid-oriented. I can't think of what it's called, but he reminded me of that, and we went there last summer, and I was like, oh my gosh, we need to bring the kids here. So I think that's something we're going to do with them this summer, is go like for a weekend. I'd also love to go to the beach for a weekend or something, but it was pretty awesome. Yeah, they got a cute new puppy. All right, so got our lint on there. Now we're just going to put this on here. I think I'll just start, if I start here, because these are continuous patterns, if I start here, it's just going to be the chicken's leg, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go up just a little bit, but that'll cut him off. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll go like here. No, because we're not doing the chicken. It doesn't matter. Brittany, you're crazy. We'll just start right here, because then I don't have to tape it off. If I line it right up with the line where the white is, then I don't have to use tape. Always thinking I am. A Shih Tzu. Can barely walk today, lots of yard work yesterday, like 8 hours worth. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's how Mark was, but that was because he was doing flooring, not yard work. But I can't get this straight. Come on. Come down here. She's a sticky one. Got that where I want it, I think. I got the idea to use this pattern from Brenda. She's somebody that she has the greatest ideas, but she did a tea towel, and she, instead of doing the chicken, she did the strawberries. So I thought that was super cute, and I was like, we could do that on a round. So that's what we're doing. All right, I think I got it where I want it. So press it down. Again, I'm just not going to chalk the chicks or the chickens. We'll put strawberries in the place of those. So press it down, and then I'm actually going to start with Nominee, because Nominee acts like a shimmer, so that takes a little bit longer to dry. And then we'll go in and do Pesto. But I'm going to use 2 multi-tools, because these are smaller areas, so I can use a smaller squeegee. So I'm going to start with my Nominee, and that's what I'm going to do my flowers in. So we're just going to chalk all of our flowers, and again, I'm not going to do the chicks. I might have to pull this up once or twice, probably once, just to make sure it doesn't dry in the silk screen on us, because the paste does dry kind of quickly. Hi Susan, how are you, my friend? You could do different colors, but you guys know I kind of always go with a scheme, color scheme, and kind of stick with it. Keep working our way around here. This is gonna be so cute when we're done. If you guys are just jumping on, say hello, comment Meadow. Like I said, join our club in the month of April and you'll get those free transfers. That's almost over, so don't miss out on that. We'll have new promotions on May 1st, and some other exciting things are coming on May 1st. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll be live on May 1st in the VIP group to go over the promotions in detail. You guys can come ask questions, and we always do giveaways and other fun things in there. It's always a good time. I'm just gonna keep going around. I might stop like right, I think I'll stop right here. I'll do this last 2. I lied, 3. And then we'll go in and do pesto, and then I'll peel up this side just so it doesn't dry. Yes, Comet Meadow. Now we're gonna go in and do our greenery or grass. This is gonna be so cute. I'm excited for this. I'm still trying to decide if I want to paint this. I feel like I want to paint it, but I don't know what color I want to paint it. Decisions. There's another little flower right here. Or I could just leave it wood and then use red on the sign. All right, we're gonna peel it up. We've got everything covered except for our chickens and chicks. So just peel it up, and then we're just gonna lay it back down and chalk what we haven't chalked. Look how pretty that is. And then just imagine we're gonna have strawberries in there. Isn't that gonna be so cute? It's called Lundy's Lane. Is that what it's called? Okay. I will have to, yeah, I wanna take the kids. Hi, Debbie. The next project Heather or I post will be try to incorporate your little Gabby so you guys can see her. Aw, 2 pounds. Oh my gosh. So then just lay it back down carefully. Only press what you haven't chalked. That way you don't smear your paste or anything. You don't want to do that. Look what I just did. I got paste on my pesto painted. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Yeah, we could do that. We'll do that, I think. That's a good idea. Good idea, Peggy. Okay, keep on rolling. Again, that's a chick. I'm gonna avoid that. So we're just gonna do our flowers. This is a really cute pattern though. Surprised it took me this long to use it. Although I've really kind of gotten away from the farmhouse thing. I'm not loving like farm animals and stuff. At least not in my decor, but that's okay. We have to have something for everybody, right? And we can change things up if it's not something we love. Kind of like the way it is with club. Like if there's a club you don't love, there's always a way to use it. And I think you guys are really, really gonna like what we came up with for club cutouts. I was impressed with myself. I think Mark was impressed with me too, to be honest with you. He was like, oh, that was a good idea. I don't know if he was like shocked, like, do I not have good ideas, or not sure what he meant by that, but we might peel it up twice or 3 times. So I'll finish this middle section, we'll peel it up, and then we'll finish the right side. Lots of little gold flowers, but you guys know I never tire of nominee, so. Never ever. I said I was gonna peel it up and I haven't. I guess we'll stop right here. So now we'll go in with pesto. Isn't it cute? I like it too. I think it's gonna be adorable when we're done. My neighbor they're always doing something. He's retired. They're both retired now, actually. She worked last year was her last year, but they're always outside doing something. Like, they are the best people. They mow our yard. We pay them for it, obviously, but they look after our cat, but they like take such good care of everything, like their yard and stuff. Like, he doesn't let any leaves touch his yard. Like, he's always out there. They're always doing something. But today he was out on his roof putting some new shingles on parts of it, and I had never seen this before in my life, but he was out there shingling his roof, and he had a shop vac on the roof vacuuming as he was shingling. I was like, I even said to Mark, I said, do people not really do that? And he's like, I can say I've never seen that before, but hey, I said, well, they're very clean people. I just thought it was the cutest thing. I was like, all right, Ray, you do you. I missed a flower right there. We're gonna peel it up again though, after I finish this one. Got a little bit of greenery right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and peel it up. Gonna need some inspiration for next month's club. I think, yeah, I have some different ideas. Swirling. Whatever I'm trying to say. All right, peel this up again. Oh, this is so cute. I love it. And then again, just lay it back down. It's like really stuck to my desk, so I want to make sure I lay it down where I need to lay it down. And then again, just press down what we haven't chalked. I'm not worried about the chickens because I'm not doing those right now. And then we'll finish this up. Finish up our flowers first. I'm loving it too. I think it's going to be super cute. And I think the pesto, painting that pesto is a good idea. Good idea, Peggy. You guys will never guess. So Parker, I told you guys you went to Toronto. They went to like this market thing in Toronto for lunch. Somebody guess what he had for lunch. I bet you nobody's going to guess. It was the most random, I don't know. I just thought it was, I was like, Parker, are you serious? He's like, yeah. I'd never had one before and I wanted to have one. And I was like, okay, hope it filled you up. But I doubt it did. Oh, this kid, I'm telling you. All right, finish up our greenery. Everybody else like was getting sandwiches. He's not really a sandwich kind of guy. He'll eat like Subway, but he gets it very plain. So he didn't want Subway, or he didn't want, sorry, a sandwich. So his best friend is James and his mom chaperone. So she's like, come on, Parker, we'll go walk around and find you something that you want. And he picked out, and just, it was, he cracks me up. Nope, crab cake sandwich, no, he won't touch that. He won't eat seafood. He's a pretty picky kid. I should have led with that. Tuna melt, nope. Won't eat any kind of seafood. Poutine, that would have been cool, but no. All right, we're gonna peel this off. It was a baguette. A baguette by itself, plain, no butter, nothing. He literally brought half of it home. It was in a bag. This kid, I'm telling you what, I can't deal with him. All right, there's that. So we're gonna add our strawberries and then the little flowers in. I think it's gonna be super cute. Oh, that's a good idea, Suzanne. I think we'll just clean this really fast so it's done. Since Suds Buster's not here, I have to clean my own. I love Chick-fil-A, but no, they didn't have Chick-fil-A. It was like a market that they walked around. He literally ate a plain baguette, and then he brought it home. He's like, I've never had a baguette before. And he brought it home, and his sister saw it, Sophie, and she's like, I've never had a baguette either. I want to try it. So she ate the other half, and it was like, the other half was like this, I don't know, that long. But I'm like, and then he also had a bubble tea. So bubble tea and a baguette. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, no salad. He won't eat salad either. He's an odd kid. So that's what we have. I think that turned out really cute. We'll let that dry a minute and we'll clean this. You just clean our transfers with tap water and a board eraser. Super easy to clean. Yeah, I know. The nerve of Mark. How dare he go get the kids for me? It's nice when he does it because I have to sit around so often when they have events. It's like tomorrow night I'm kind of dreading. Parker's got track and his is from 5 to 8:30, so it's always a long adventure because I have to leave here about 1:30 to go get them, and then we literally are just sitting around until 8:30. Can't go wrong with a baguette. I just thought it was so weird though. I'm like, you didn't have anything on it? Like nothing? No. Just a baguette. Just ate it. Okay, whatever, dude. All right, clean the other side, and then we'll dry it with a paper towel. You can let it dry sticky side up if you want. It's totally up to you. But I'm just gonna dry it with a paper towel, and then I'm gonna wet this part because I'm gonna use the paper towel. That way my paper towel doesn't stick to it. Even though I didn't chalk down there. Had a very bland lunch. Yeah, you sure did. Oh, So funny. I made a May club for my husband's shop last night. Awesome! May always tends to be geared towards men, which is good because Father's Day, right? Like last May was that last May? The Old School Legend. The year before that, it was the premium gasoline. Like it's always, May is always, I don't know, April always tends to be like fruit themed or something, and then May is like, you know, something that could be for a man, Father's Day type thing. But you can, there's different ways to use it, so you can, you know, change it up. You've never had bubble tea? I do like bubble tea, it's good. You had watermelon, which I've never had watermelon. That sounds really good. All right, dry that off, and then we're just gonna stick it back on its backer sheet. Hey, Deborah from Florida. I bet it's warm there. And then the backer sheet, it just goes, there's a yellowish side. The white side goes to sticky side. I have the sticky side up. You're in the school line. Nice. Mark. Oh, you're behind us. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's almost 4 o'clock. How are you in the school line? Because you're in Kentucky. So you're central time. May should be Mother's Day. Well, that's the thing. Like pretty much anything, any transfers that we have are usually more women themed. Like there's a lot you can use for Mother's Day. Plus we have a Mother's Day like little release. There's a few transfers that came out for Mother's Day. We don't usually have a ton for men. So, you know, plus May, Mother's Day is in the beginning, middle of May. So they need something that's gonna work for the whole month of May. So June is Father's Day, so actually it makes more sense than you think. All right, that's clean. So let this just sit here for a second, but again, I'm gonna put the strawberries in there along with the little blossoms, but I think we're gonna go ahead and paint this like Peggy said in pesto. Haven't had it either, they have to try it, don't like regular. Yeah, I don't like iced tea. Bubble tea is different. I do really like bubble tea, but I would drink any other type of tea. So, I just put that on there. All right, we're gonna paint this in pesto. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to have it. 83 degrees in West Kentucky. Oh, jeez Louise. Go ahead and give this a paint job. Again, I think I'll leave some of the wood showing through. You guys know that's kind of my jam. Just to kind of leave it a little bit not perfect. And I think that'll look good with the nominee over top of this, I think. I haven't used pesto since I did Christmas stuff. You guys know I kind of went all hardcore on pesto there for a hot minute. 82 today in Missouri. It was 55 when we went to the post office and dropped off all the packages. But it's beautiful. Like the sun is beautiful and it's really, really nice. So I'll take it. So there's that. We're going to leave that as is and I'll sand it a little bit. Need a transfer that has the words mothers, fathers, grandparents. Yeah. But the nice thing is we have a lot of font transfers so you can make, you know, anything say what you want. That's the beauty of it. And then we're going to use nominee and paint this. We could leave it white. Do we want to leave it white? Because I'm going to do this one on here. The fresh strawberries, 25 cents a pint. And I could do red for strawberries and then white, nominee. Need these white? What do you guys think? I'm trying to decide. I was going to make those nominee, but I feel like the white pops more. I think I'm going to leave them white. You love my jam? I think I'm going to leave those white. So, we'll let these go over here and sit. And then we're going to make sure this is dry. Still a little wet. 90 and gorgeous. Woo! Going to a taco festival. It's being held in my town. That sounds fun. Never met a taco I didn't like. Yes, we're going to leave it white. Put the Legends transfer on a shirt for my boyfriend and then put his name on the back. Oh, that's such a good idea. Yeah, Mark has a shirt that says Old School Legend. Like every time there's a transfer that's made, he gets a shirt that says something or whatever. So, not sure I can make a shirt really out of this one, but we're gonna make something for his dad's workshop with it. And I'll probably do something for Mark too. I think once we get the pops of red in here, it's gonna be really, really cute. And I didn't put vanilla in the cart link, but I think I'm gonna grab vanilla, even though vanilla is just a little bit darker, obviously, than white. So I think I'm gonna do that in the like the blossoms. It'll kind of give it a little bit of, you know, different look or whatever. I'm gonna wax over top of this quick. I just want to make sure it's all dry. Oops, it wasn't. See, I'm smearing it right there. Brittany. Yeah, we're gonna leave it light. That was still wet, but I can sand it lightly. I'll get that off of there. I think that's the only one. Right there's a little bit wet. Alright, I think we're good now. So I just have a couple spots the nominee kind of smeared. So I'm just going to take my 220 grit sanding block and just kind of sand it off of there. There's always a way to fix it. That'll be good, I think. So we'll wax this because we're going to layer transfer over top and we don't want to peel any or pull any of our paste up. And then I've used this transfer a lot. Like I've used these strawberries. Like we did this one, so we did what, 5 strawberries there. Then we have 6 strawberries here. Then we did this project down here, and we have another, what, 5 strawberries. So I've used this transfer a lot. So I'm not going to worry about fuzzing it because I've used it so many times, but we're just going to start kind of filling in with our strawberries. Just kind of angle this so it fits kind of right in there. And then use our cherry, of course. And then I'm going to use pesto as well for the... Use a detail tool for my stems. Again, you can tape stuff off if you're worried about chalking something you don't want to, but I'll just be a little careful. And they also have 2 layers, so you can put the seeds on. Super cute. And we'll go, you know what I didn't, oh, I did turn on my glue gun. Hi, Stephanie. And we'll do our strawberry. This is where I start concentrating so I don't blend the colors together too bad. Alright, peel this up. Look how cute that's gonna be. Oh my gosh. We still have to put the other layer on, and then I'm gonna also add some more strawberries in. So I think I'll do one go in this direction. Let's kind of go. I'm gonna have one like this, just kind of coming in from the side. And then I'm just gonna use a baby wipe and give this a quick clean. That way it's not sitting on there. You guys know I always use my board eraser when I'm completely done, but to make it easy while I'm, you know, reusing the transfer a couple times. Hi, Stephanie. We will just use a baby wipe quick. I missed a little spot right here where the green's supposed to be. There's that. Aren't they pretty together? I think so too. So I'm just gonna lay this on my dish drying mat. And we're just gonna use a wet wipe and clean it really fast. Just clean both sides and then we'll dry it off and it'll be ready to be used again. Hi Pam. I will say I did the same thing with the project behind me. That video right here will actually be on the Chalk Couture public page today, later on tonight probably. But I did this so many times that I ended up having to clean with my board eraser in between. So it's only good for like so many uses when you're kind of reusing it over and over again, and then you kind of have to take your board eraser to it. But it's still a lot quicker and easier than grabbing my board eraser and cleaning the whole thing. Okay. Keep on adding some strawberries in here. I'm kind of just turning them different directions. We'll do another big one this way, but I'm going to turn it kind of the opposite direction, kind of like this, I think. Right there. Of course, that's still wet, so I'm being a little careful. Your stem. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Anybody do anything fun this weekend? I know Teresa went to a wedding. I know Suzanne's going to a taco festival this weekend. We'll be cutting and invoicing this weekend after the sale on Friday. I love it too. I think it's going to be really cute when we're done. We're going to make a bow and we're going to add some of the strawberries right to it. Okay. Let's add another one over here. This is actually just all going to be cherry. Yes, comment Meadow for the supply list. Where else do I need one? Do we think that's good? And then I can just add blossoms in. Do we think 4 is enough? Do I need one more like right here in the corner? We'll do this one kind of right here. I'm not even going to clean it really quick. I'm just going to, do I want it like that? We'll add it right there. What transfer did you use for the lower portion? It's called Chicken Meadow. This one was actually an idea I got from somebody else, but it turned out really cute, didn't it? Probably should have taped that off. I was just being a little bit too close to that line, but it's okay. I can fill in right there. For the bottom, you think we need it on the bottom, like down here? Is that what you mean? I guess I can just do like a tiny little bit coming up, like right here. We're gonna call that good. And then I'm gonna add some blossoms in. I was able to visit my adopted nieces this weekend. We haven't seen each other in ages. Oh, that's good. Their mom and I have been best friends for 32 years, but adulting, I get that. I don't see my best friend nearly enough. So I totally get that. All right, so let's clean this again. We're gonna add some blossoms in, and then we're gonna add our seeds. And we're also gonna use this top portion to chalk the other part that we painted. Penny, how are you? I think this is gonna be so cute, you guys. I'm kind of loving it, not gonna lie. You have chicken meadow? Yeah, it's so cute. It's a good one. We just avoided the chickens and the chicks, and we changed those out for elements from the club. I think it's pretty adorable. So now I'm just gonna make sure I get this dry before we layer transfer back on top. Make sure all our strawberries are good to go. I'm gonna grab just a little paintbrush and just kind of, that's too big. Little tiny paintbrush. And I'm just gonna fill this part right here in. There we go. That's better. Isn't it pretty? I like it a lot. I think it's turning out super cute. Throw that in the sink. We'll be ready to use this again in a second. Thank you, Jenny. You guys know I always do like 4 or 5 projects with the club. This month it'll be 5 because we'll do something on the last day of the month. But I like to give you guys different ideas, show different ways to use the club transfer. Because sometimes people aren't a fan of it, and then they see it a different way, and then they decide they are a fan of it. So. I love it too. And then adding the seeds, of course, always gives it a lot more detail as well. Almost dry. Is this thing dry? No, this thing's still soaked. We painted this in Pesto. That's got to be dry, so we can chalk on that as well. You need to check on your strawberries. Aw, thanks, Darcy. I think it's adorable too. Absolutely adorbs. Sounds like something Delaney would say. Alright. That's the last part I did. No, that's the last part I did. That's still a little bit wet. Thank you for sprinkling. You had blooms. Aw, baby strawberries. Alright, I think we're dry. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my blossoms in certain spots. Just kind of where there's empty spots. I'm going to take the little blossom and add that in. And you guys know my obsession has been adding vanilla and then doing nominee for the center. I think I'm just going to do the same thing because why not? So I just take a multi-tool and vanilla going on top of white. You'll still be able to see it. So we're just going to chalk the outer part in vanilla. Again, doesn't have to be perfect because I'm just going to use my finger and kind of blend it a little bit anyway. So just grab a little bit of nominee and just kind of fill in the center. And then see. How's Buddy doing? He's doing good. There's the little blossom. You're getting ready to plant some strawberry plants? Awesome. I wish I could keep anything alive. So we're gonna do this around in the different areas that are kind of missing something. There's only a couple spots. So kind of go right here. It'll cover a couple of the parts of the greenery, but that's okay. Just to make it all kind of uniform. And then we need one right here. Just kind of turning it different directions so they're not all the same. Is it showing up on camera okay? Looks good over here, but I can never tell if you guys can see it as well on the camera. cute. I like it a lot. And then, where else? Here. This one I'm not cleaning because I'm not worried about it really going through. The red is, I didn't want that to go through on other spots when I chalked it, so that's why I cleaned that. But this is all right. If it kind of goes through in a couple of spots. And then maybe right here, just kind of the edge. Again, there's no rules for this. It's kind of like whatever you're feeling, whatever you're feeling. And then maybe right here. And then I think that's all I'm gonna do for this one. I'm just gonna do the corner of this one again. My glasses are sliding down my face. That's the worst. You see it well? Okay, good. There. I think that's good. Now we just have to add our seeds on and then the pattern will be complete, but I think that's really cute. What do you guys think? Isn't that adorable? I love it. Thank you so much, Christina. All right, let me wipe my finger off. I might need another one of these, so I'll clean that off quick. If you guys are just jumping on, say hello, hit the heart button, comment Meadow for the supplies. We're gonna need cherry again, so we'll hold on to that. So now what I'm gonna do is dry my blossoms. Thank you for the hearts. And then we're just gonna add our seeds on, and I'm gonna use espresso for that, which I forgot. I think I grabbed it. I always use espresso for the seeds. Kind of what I stuck with all month. This is almost dry. We'll give that a quick sand. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But they're still a little bit wet. So I'm still trying to decide on the ribbon. I really think I want to use some of this polka dot ribbon. It's got gold dots. And then the strawberries, of course. And then the green one right here. I think that'll be good, don't you guys? With our strawberries, which again, I don't love the look of them, but I might trim it down and not use quite as thick. All right, let's add our seeds on. That's really gonna make it pop. There's 2 different seeds that go with each strawberry. This one is this one, I think. I could wax these, normally I do, but I'm just gonna lay it down. I think it'll be okay, since we've used it so many times. Grab another squeegee. Chalk our seeds. And then we have this one over here. I think this is turning out so cute. Will it be cute? I think so too. I concur. And then we have this strawberry over here. But it's not the full strawberry. That's why, right? Am I doing the wrong one again? I think I did. I'm doing the wrong one again. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. I guess it doesn't really matter, but. Just a couple more. Just look back on some post-its not been around. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Patty. Hope you're feeling okay. And then 2 more. Guess I used these ones on here, huh? Try not to let it touch the other seed so it doesn't come up on me. I mixed up, I took 2 full jars of sage and quite a bit of black velvet to do the sweet pea for the wall. And I was so close to running out. I was so stressed out, you guys. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna run out of this. And I'm never gonna be able to match it because you never get exactly the same like hue, you know what I mean? Oh, I was so stressed. But we finished and we got it done without having to mix any more up. So that was a positive. All right, we're done with that. Look how cute this is, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? What do you guys think? So there's our pattern, and now I'm gonna use this part, whoop, the fresh strawberries, and we're gonna chalk it on our green part that we painted. I got a little bit of espresso on here where I don't want it, so I'm just gonna wipe that quick. Thank you, Marcia. There we go. I guess I'll just wipe this quick since I have it right here. I'll take my water eraser and clean it all off when we're done, but thank you. I think it's cute too. I like it a lot. And like I said, we'll do one final project. I have another idea I want to do with this one club. So the next thing we need to do is sand our other piece. And like I said, there's 2 other pieces you get with this that we're just gonna glue on. You also get glue dots, so you can glue dot it on. We decided to leave them white. But I'm just gonna sand it really quick. Take an 80 grit to the sides, and then I need what's one that's green? I used to have a pesto. It's got green on it. Looks like sweet pea, but just sand this lightly, kind of bring some of the wood forward here. And then we'll take our 80 grit and just go along the sides. I have an animal out there making a lot of noise, a bird or something. Thank you, Darcy. I'm loving how it's turning out. You guys hear that thing? Alright, just kind of bringing my wood forward here in certain spots. I think that's good. A bit more right here. There we go. Vintage looking, right? Missed the beginning. Where's the sign we're working on now? Donna, this is the club service you get with this month's club. You only get it if you're a club member. And if you're not, we would love for you to join. Like I said, you get 5 free transfers only in the month of April. It's about to end, so don't miss out on that. So now we're just gonna wax, and then we'll be ready to chalk this. We can glue our other things on. So wax this so we don't pull the paste up. And then grab our transfer. And I think we're gonna do there's 2 options on here, so you can do fresh strawberries, 25 cents a pint, or you could do the you pick. We're just gonna do the fresh strawberries, 25 cents a pint. So I'm just gonna put it right here in the center. Right about. I think I have it straight. Of course, this little bit right here there's the tip of the strawberry, and I don't want to chalk that, so I'm going to make sure I avoid that, but just press it down so you don't have any air bubbles. And I think I'm going to do fresh and 25 cents a pint in white. We'll do the little like decorative lines in Nominee, and then strawberries in Cherry. You're back home now? I love the font on this one too. This is really, really cute. It's also the last couple days to get our craft box for the month, which is that super cute groovy spring garland. Turned out so cute. Did you guys see that big bow hanger, the door hanger? We're gonna have 2 different sizes of that, but that'll be in the sale on Friday night. I'm so excited about that. I have the cutest idea for that project. It's gonna be adorable. So get your excess off. Again, you could peel it up right here if you wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna dry on you, but I'm gonna be quick and just chalk fresh. And I always say, like, if it peels it up a little bit, it's like, just makes it more rustic in my opinion. Yeah, I love that. I think it's really cute. We're gonna use a pattern and make it red, white, and blue. It's gonna be adorable. Okay, got that part done. Just need to do my Nominee quick. Yeah, the train. See, I just block it out sometimes. I don't even realize it's going by. Nominee here. Kind of tie it all together. And then there's 3 over here. All right, let's peel this up. Oh, I love that. Once we add on those little white pieces, look how cute that is. What do you guys think? Guy ordered today from Chalk, got the new 9x9 frame. Awesome. So then these are gonna glue right on there, but I'm gonna clean this really fast so it's not sitting here any longer. And then all we gotta do is make our bow and yeah. Hi Megan, how are you? All right. Grab my board eraser and water. Give this guy a good scrub down. See how much better that is? It takes that right out of there. The wet wipe doesn't work as well. But I just do that when I'm, you know, reusing the transfer over and over. Flip it over. I think it's cute. Once we put it all together, I think it's gonna be really cute. Like the cutest summer door hanger, right? There we go. Dry it off, and she'll be ready to go for next time. You can see like the red. I mean, it does stain a little bit. You're never gonna get it like perfect looking again after you use paste on it, but you still can use it over and over again. So then I'll just put it here, sticky side up. I'm gonna throw all my squeegees in my water. We can close them up, and then we'll put our backer sheet on, and we're gonna get this bad boy together. I'm loving it too. I think it's really, really cute. I'm still unsure about those strawberries. I guess we'll see what they look like out there. I ordered them, and you know when you order something, you're like, oh, they look cute, because I wanted strawberries with the blossoms in it, and then when they came, I was like, they are on my Amazon link, but I don't know how much. I'm not really loving them, but we'll figure it out. Oh my gosh, I got stuff all over me. Have our backer sheets. Again, white side goes to sticky side. And then it's ready to go for next time. So, let's bring this back. good there. Look, I got paste on there. Just give a light sand. More into apples and strawberries. It is really cute, isn't it? All right, so then, this is still wet. Oh, look how cute that's gonna be, you guys. I can't. Oh my goodness. I love this so much. Get this dry and we'll glue it all together. I'm just gonna use, well, I guess I can use tacky glue for this. And then we'll just hot glue it on with some, oh my gosh. This is cute. I love when a project turns out better than I even anticipated. Thanks, Peggy, for the idea on the pesto. I wasn't thinking about that, but it turned out really cute. Really, really cute. All right. So these kind of, you have a little bit of a gap, like it doesn't go right to the edge. So I just want to make sure I have it where I want it. It's right about there. Use my tacky glue. Thank you, Cindy. Just put a little bit of this all around the outer part here. We still have that awesome 70% off sale happening as well. That ends on the 3rd, or after the 30th. The last day is the 30th, whatever I'm trying to say. So take advantage of that while you can. Free ship, or not free shipping, flat rate shipping, $6 shipping. That also ends after the 30th. Hi, Miss Heather. I was telling them about your gift you and your mom sent. It was the cutest thing ever. I can't show them yet though because I want to show up when Mark and I are together and go live because I think that'll be cuter, you know. Just getting the glue off, even though you won't see it. It always bothers me, so I just remove it. Mom thought hers was broke, so she used E6000 to fix hers. She thought hers was broke. Oh, this! Yeah, no, I know. Quite a few people thought this was broken. But no. Some people's actually was broken. I mean, it's a little bit fragile, but we always obviously send replacements. But I had quite a few people who thought it was broken because it was in 2 pieces. But no, it is not broken if it's in 2 pieces. If it's in more than 2, then yes. Once in a while. Peggy, you're cute. All right. That looks good. Again, just get my glue off because it'll bother me. All right, there's that. We're gonna let that cure a minute and then we'll glue it down, but I want to put my bow on, or start making my bow, so I know that that's kind of cured a little bit. She has to tell all my issues. How dare her? How dare she? All right, so there's that. Again, I got this one from Michaels. This one is in my Amazon link, and then this one I think is also Michaels, yeah. I think we'll do, so I told you guys I'm going to use these. I just don't know how I feel about using all of it. I feel like it's a little bit too much. Yeah, we're not going to use all that. So I'm going to trim it down and kind of zip tie it together. We don't need all that. But you know what? Mark has my cutters in the house. Ugh. I don't know how I'm going to be able to cut these without my cutters. That darn husband of mine, she loves the attention. You two are just the best. You crack me right up. Oh no. I don't have anything out here that I think I can cut these with. And Mark and the kids aren't home yet. So, these are definitely way too... Let's take our bow first. We'll come back to it. So I think we'll do... The round is 16 inches. That's kind of what I go based off of. So I think I'll do, I don't want it to be huge. So I think instead of doing 16, I'll do a 15 inch. So I'm going to cut 3 strips of each. You guys believe Mark stole my cutters? I just can't even. So we'll cut 3 of each of these. And then we'll do 3 of the polka dots. This one's at an angle. I guess that won't matter once we're. And then we'll do 3 of our green stripe. Oh, that was kind of close. I'm glad I did 15 inches. I don't know if I had done much bigger, we would have been in trouble. Yes, comment now. Hi, Tammy. Use some old scissors. I know, but I don't think, the only ones I have that I think would be sharp enough to cut them would be these. And I don't want to use these because these are my new fabric scissors. I'll try my old fabric scissors. We'll see. But I'm not sure how it's going to work. We'll try. But these are, look how thick these are. These are like a lot thicker than most balls. So we'll see what happens. All right, so last piece. And then I'm just going to dovetail one end of each. You don't have to do both because just one side's going to be your tails. So we'll just fold them in half and snip like that. And then we'll do these ones. This one's already at an angle, so we'll do this side. You guys are quiet today. And then this one. I had really cute strawberry ribbon, but it was all like a lot thinner and I wanted a little bit thicker. Isn't it cute, Laura? I like it too. I like it a lot. All right, so now we're just gonna alternate, but I'm gonna fold, these are gonna be our loops. I don't want super long tails because I don't wanna cover anything up. So my loops are gonna be a little bit bigger and I'm gonna go way more than halfway, like we're just gonna leave a little tail, okay? And then I'm gonna cinch it in my hand, like that. And then we're gonna go in with the white and gold. Same thing. Make a loop. And I'm just gonna kind of arrange this in my hand like a bouquet. Yeah, they're thick. If they were not that thick, obviously I would have been like, okay, I can probably cut them with my scissors, but I don't know. I don't know about it with how thick they are, but we'll see. We'll try her out. Give her the old college try, that's for sure. And then gold. How's Em feeling, Laura? Laura's about to have her 3rd grandbaby, her 2nd grandgirl. Her older daughter had her little girl back. When did she have her? In January, right? That's when I met her, so it was in January. And now her other daughter, her youngest daughter, is about to have her little girl. So exciting. We'll go right here and then do the green. You're wanting to doze off? I am too, actually. I did not sleep well last night at all. All right, so then we have it in our hand. So it looks like this. We're gonna grab a zip tie. And I'm gonna put the zip tie right around where that fold is. Tried making a bow like that one time and I struggled. Did you? So you gotta make sure you're doing it above where the fold is. So see my fold's right here and I'm putting my zip tie up higher than that. Can you see that? There's the fold and then right there. He's off at least the rest of this week. Oh, I'm so sorry. So yeah, you wanna make sure, and I don't even have my zip tie, or usually I use my cutters to tighten this and then cut it off. He's feeling better today though, that's good. All right, let's try these old fabric scissors and see if we can cut these strawberries. Got that cut, but that's not as thick. So now we're gonna take our tails and just bend them in different directions. Kind of pull them. If they're twisted the wrong way, just kind of twist them. And then lay it down. And then this is where you're gonna fold down your loops. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect yet because we're gonna glue it. And we don't wanna, we're gonna smush it kind of anyway when we go to glue it. But I think that's adorable. Just fold these out, fan them in different directions. This one needs to kind of come down. No, this one needs to come down. And that needs to go back up. But then that puts those two together. There we go. I think that's cute. So now, let's see if I can cut these with my scissors without having... These pieces are just stuck out. I can pull those, but I don't know about this. Oh, it works. Ah, I was so worried. Yeah, just make sure you put it down below. This one has a blossom. Oh, that part came right off. This one has a blossom and a... It works! I really thought it wasn't going to. And now I'm worried I'm not making these long enough. I want to have at least 2 blossoms on each side. I think I'll try to go right here so it's not quite... Oh my goodness. Yes, no. 2 of them are, this one right here is not wired. What did I just do? I cut off like way more than I planned. Oh my goodness, Brittany. They're just a little bit too thick for my liking. So we're going to trim her down a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now. Where are the strawberries from? Amazon. They're in my Amazon link. Alright. So if I take that and kind of, it's too many. See what I mean? I'm going to trim these off a little bit. I don't want it to be quite that full, but I just wanted some of the extra blossoms on here. And I like these little greenery pieces too. So we'll just trim off some of the strawberries. There's no rhyme or reason to this, guys. I'm just kind of doing what I feel like. You know what I mean? And then I'm just going to zip tie these together. I think that'll be good. It's a little bit smaller. Move these to the side. Grab a zip tie. And just kind of catch these. Together here. Hi, Teresa. And then we just have to do the other side. And this piece is coming out. These pieces are longer. This one's like super short, so it's giving me fits. But there we go. I think this one can come off. Just kind of trim it down so it's the way I want. You know what I mean? I think that'll be okay. And then let's do the other side. Maybe I can use some of these. Yep, Amazon has them. Use that piece. And then I definitely want the part with the blossoms. That was why I got these. It was hard to find strawberry picks that had blossoms. This would be a lot easier if I had my cutters. Like a lot easier. Oh my goodness. Oh! And then I'm just gonna add in some of these. Is that what I did on this one? That's that longer piece, right? I'm talking to myself. Trim off some of these because we definitely don't want all of these strawberries. Like last time. Can use these for something else another time. Isn't it cute? I am loving this. Just bear with me while I get this hacked down to size. That's my first one. Definitely need a little bit more taken off. I think if I just cut a few more strawberries out, we'll be good. Looks closer, right? One more maybe. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we'll just tie these together. I want to make it so it's a little bit, what I like to do is zip tie both of them together. Since this one's way longer, I can probably do that still. So I'm going to zip tie these together first. Bear with me, we're almost done, guys. It's a labor of love, but it was worth it. I think it turned out really, really cute. And it's 4:30, so my kids should be done with track and they should be on their way home. So by the time we get done, I can go inside and get dinner started, and then dinner will be ready by the time they get home. And that's what you call smart planning. Not very often, but sometimes I have good time management skills. All right, so then I'm just gonna zip tie these together because it's just easier for me to do that, so that way it glues and I can, you know, it'll stay better in my opinion. Anyway, kind of bend them a little bit. And then trim that. And then we're just gonna glue that on, and then, well, let's glue this down first. This should be mostly cured, right? I need a glue stick, of course. Thank you, Rebecca. Might get a couple. I'm gonna use tacky glue too, just so it doesn't go anywhere. Hot glue so it stays on right now, and tacky glue so it stays on later. I gotta turn it my way so everything's sort of straight. There we go. There's that. Now we'll glue these down. All right, I love this. I love this. So there's a hole up here you can hang it with, but I'm gonna glue it right to the very top. So I'm just gonna put a whole mess of hot glue and then just put some on top of it. And then we're gonna have to hold it here for a second. So it doesn't go anywhere on us. Look right on your door. You're so cute, Patty. Hold this here for a second while it cures, and then we just have to add on our bow, and we'll be good. Isn't it cute? What do you guys think? I love this. I think it turned out really, really cute. Yes, this is the 16-inch round that's from my website. Yep. Sure is. We don't want this to come off. It's popping right up already. See that? Why not staple it? Because I don't want to. I just like to hot glue it on, but you do you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys are so sweet. I always glue it down. Not every crafter does everything the same, right? So you do you. All right, got that on there. Now we'll just take our bow. Again, I'm gonna fix it a little bit better once we have it glued down, but I'm gonna add the glue to the back side of the bow. The tails need to kind of come up a little bit. Chalk rounds are nice. I know, I love them too. They're really good. I hope they never get rid of those. They retire so much that like I love. I really hope they don't get rid of those because I like them a lot. Just add a bunch of glue on here because again, that's what I want to do. Glue her down. Just kind of arrange our tails how we want. And then we'll fix our loops. We ended up doing 15-inch strips for this bow, and it's a 16-inch round. I think it turned out really cute. Thank you, Nancy. Hold that there for a second, and then it should be all right. So we can just kind of fix her up a little bit. My glue strings off. There, I love this. Let me turn it around, make sure I have my bow the way I want it in the front. I think this turned out so stinking cute, you guys. Way better than I had planned. Look at this. What do we think? Isn't that so cute? I love it. And we can still use the little hole on the back to hang it. Still there. Where will the video be for the Patriarch sign behind you? It's on the it'll be on the public Chalkateur page, Darcy. So just type Chalkateur in the search box. But what do you guys think? Isn't that cute? I love it. I think it turned out adorable. Hit the heart button. And like I said, make sure you guys comment Meadow, check your messenger so you guys can grab the supplies, and you can also join our club and get those 5 free transfers before the month ends. So, we love and appreciate you guys. I will be live tomorrow with something else. And as always, if you guys have any questions, let us know. If you want to learn more about becoming a part of our crafting community, just comment now. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.